I grew up on a mixed farm, and that gave me a couple of things, I guess, a love for the great outdoors, but also a very practical background. I was lucky enough to be quite good at school, but I didn't have a clear path. But I was always making things, off-road buggies, and constructed different things around the farm. So I was a bit of a natural engineer in that sense. I liked to build things and understand how they worked, and I was great at fixing machinery, etc. So I guess all of those things came together and I decided to do elec eng. Ultimately, those combination of things led to working for Snowy. I thought it was the perfect place to work as a young green engineer. My first role at Snowy was a junior engineer in the investigations branch of the plant design division. I got to look at lots of technical challenges that other people hadn't really gotten to the bottom of, so it was a good opportunity to apply my technical skills for something that was challenging. It must have been about 86, 87. I got involved with the so-called Central Computer project, which was about installing a centralised maintenance management and supply logistics management software. And then after that, there was a project being set up which was looking at overhauling and upgrading all the machines at Upper Tumut, and I got involved in first of all setting up the specification for the electrical overhaul of that, and later on took on the commissioning role. And then after a while I was promoted to managing the overall major projects program. So at that stage projects were coming to a close, at least for the short term, and there was talk about setting markets up to trade electricity. That was pretty interesting and something that I should get involved with, so I managed to wrangle a role as the assistant Snowy trader, and then morphed into my current role being the Chief Operating Officer. Quite a evolved career path, I would suggest. Snowy's a really great place to work because we are at the forefront of a transformation that's going on in the broader electricity supply industry. One thing I would encourage junior engineers these days is to always think about the people stuff. How does it work in practice with people? Look for and reach out and take the opportunities that you can to grow yourself personally, and look to broaden your experience base. You never know what's going to come in handy. I would like to encourage junior engineers to think about the broader professions and how they integrate with engineering, because ultimately these are all skills that have to be brought to the table. Most engineers are a little bit risk averse. You need to get things right, and if you get things wrong in a big way, there'll be a big disaster. So engineers tend to be cautious, but in terms of looking for opportunities, you don't need to be. Ultimately, I would get the things that I didn't do, not the things that I did do.